Morning. Let we have the interaction on NAC quality assessment and data management. The higher education institutes, after submitting ICA, have to submit the SSR, that is self-study report of the institution. The SSR has both qualitative and quantitative aspects. The qualitative aspects reflect the mission, vision, and the quality policy of the institution, whereas the quantitative data, facts, figures, and other documents support the same. Let we understand the mission, vision, and quality policy. Mission is the statement of objectives and the approach to achieve these objectives. Vision is the future position of the institution, that is, how the institution would be after 50 or 60 years. And the quality policy reflects the mission and vision and is stated in the same terms to satisfy the stakeholders of the institution. Objectives and aims of data management practices to ensure the quality assessment, to know and apply data management practices in the higher education institutions, to address all the quality issues and to satisfy the learners and the other stakeholders. Going criterion wise, criterion 1, NAC 1, curriculum and planning. The qualitative issues are how the institution effectively delivers the curriculum, how does the institution relate the cross-cutting issues relating to gender, environment, human values, and professional ethics. The data aspects are curriculum changes its percentage, participation of teachers in board of studies and the supporting documents, life skills and other courses introduced, CBCS system introduced in the institution, field trips organized, feedback collected, and the supporting documents. Going to criterion 2, NAC 2, teaching and learning as well as evaluation. Qualitative aspects are judging the learners as slow or quick and dealing with them, teaching methods student-centric, innovations introduced, creativity, internal assessment system reforms and transparency in the same, exam grievances redressal system of the institution. Now, data aspects are students from the other states and the countries, intake capacity of the institution and the admission status, category wise seating capacity of the institution and the application received for the same, student and full-time teacher ratio, that is full-time teachers only, not temporary teachers are included, percentage of teachers using ICT. Continuing with the same criterion, learning management system, e-contents development system, mentors selected class-wise, and mentor-student ratio to help the students, teacher profile, experience, quality, higher qualification, teacher awards, outside teachers from other states, and post-sanctioned. Learning outcomes, program outcomes, that programs are degree related, course outcomes, courses, subjects within the programs. So, exam grievances, addressed data, learning outcomes data. This data displayed on the website, shared with the learners and analyzed subject-wise. Student performance and learning, this data to be shared and displayed on the website. The important aspect of criterion 2 is student satisfaction survey, and the details for this are name of the student, gender, category, domicile and nationality, email ID, enrollment ID, mobile number, year of joining, etc. 21 questions related to the triple S are syllabus covered, preparation of the teacher, communication skill, teaching approach, internal assessment system, discussion, for field trips organized, cognitive mentorship, multiple opportunity exposure to the learners, course outcomes sharing, and mentoring tasks by the mentors, courses, concepts, explanation with examples, S for strengths of the learners, W for weaknesses and their improvement. Next, S for students' involvement, T for teaching strategy, E for extracurricular activities encouraged, S for skills and skill development in the institutions, I for ICT tools utilized, used, O for overall quality of the institution, and T for any three observations by the learners. Then going to criterion 3, that is NAAC 3, research, innovation and extension. Qualitative aspects are incubation center in the institution, knowledge created and shared. Data aspects are research grants received, research guides, intellectual property rights events, code of ethics for the research, incentives to the awardee teachers, and number of PhDs awarded. Paper publications data, title of the paper, who was the author, department of the teacher who has published this paper, name of the journal in which the paper was published, year of publication, and ISBN or ISN number. Books, chapters, conferences, details, serial number, name of the teacher, title of book, chapters published, title of the paper, title of proceedings of conference, name of the conference, national, international status, year of publication, ISBN, ISN number, affiliating institute. This data is required. Next is extension activities. Qualitative aspect is extension activities in the neighborhood, their impact and sensitization of the staff and the students. Extension activities awards, name of the activity and name of the award, name of the awarding body, year of the award. Extension activities through NSS, NCC, Red Cross and Youth Red Cross, etc. So data on this aspect, number of activities by these units, who was the organizing unit, collaborating agency, year of the activity, number of teachers participated, number of students participated in these activities. Participation details in extension activities, other activities such as Swachh Bharat, AIDS awareness, gender issues. So again, name of the activities, organizing unit, collaborating agency, name of the scheme, year of the activity, and number of participants, teachers and students. Next, collaborations, faculty, student and faculty exchange. So again, data required, serial number, title of linkage, then name of the partnering institution, industry or some laboratory, year of the start and duration of this linkage and nature of this linkage. Next is memorandums of understandings. So organization with which the MOU was signed, name of the institution, industry, corporate body, year of this MOU, duration of this MOU, list of the activity or purpose of this MOU, and number of the students, teachers participated under MOU. Now going to criterion 4, NAAC 4, that is infrastructure of the institution and ICT in information communication and technology. So qualitative aspects are infrastructure and learning resources and facilities such as sports, yoga, gym, cultural, library, automations, status, rare books, manuscripts, reports, etc. collected by the library. Infrastructure status, maintenance and sharing, etc. So details are, quantitative details are number of classrooms with LCD, number of classrooms with Wi-Fi, local area network facility, number of seminar halls with ICT facility, budget for the infrastructure augmentation in lakhs, budget allotted and budget utilized year of the allocation. E-resources or e-subscription. So the details on this, whether the institution is having subscription to e-journals, e-Shodh Sindhu, e-Shodh Ganga membership, e-books, database, etc. E-membership details, service type, e-resources with full access or not, validity period, and who is using that, teachers, students, how many data on this, whether remote access is available or not. Budget details, expenditure on library, that is on books, budget allotted and expenditure details for e-resources as well, and how to compute the per day use of library by the teachers and by the students. This data is required. IT speed and infrastructure, whether the IT facility is updated regularly, this is qualitative aspect. Then data is student computer ratio, internet speed, and number of computers with the internet connection, and any leased line provided or not. So this is ICT facilities for e-content development, such as media center, recording facility, lecture capturing system is available or not. Name of the e-content facilities, and provide the link if yes, if center is there, if media center is there, then provide the links as proof. Budget on maintenance. So how, general question is, qualitative question is, how to maintain the institutional assets and facilities, and how to use these facilities. So procedure and the system. And the quantitative aspect is expenditure on maintenance of physical facility, academic facilities, excluding salary component, and budget allotted and utilized. So these details. Next is criterion, fifth, that is C5, student support and progression. So student support services in terms of scholarship and other facilities, and progression data going for higher education, placement data, etc. So general question is whether there are student election system, or there are some student representatives in the committees, other bodies. So there is student council representatives, and scholarship details are like how many students benefited from this, whether government scheme or some institutional scheme. Then capability enhancement schemes for the learners are like guidance for competitive exams, career counseling schemes, soft skill development, remedial coaching for the weak students, language lab for the learners, bridge courses, yoga center, meditation center, personal counseling schemes. So details of these schemes as name of the scheme, year of implementation, number of students benefited, and the agency involved. So again, beneficiaries details, scheme wise, guidance, career counseling, students benefited from these schemes. So year, name of the scheme, number benefited from different schemes. So details of the same, and even the details of the placement data. So vocational education and training like by ITI and other institutions. So whether some courses like these introduced or not. If yes, then number of students attending these vocational courses and beneficiaries. Next is grievances redressal mechanism of the institution, whether transparent mechanism is established or not. So different grievances can be related to students, staff, sexual harassment and ragging, etc. So redressal system, minutes of the meetings, committee involved, and data as number of grievances appealed, redressed, average time taken. Placement data. So every year the outgoing students, their data, they are to be tracked. So number of students passed, and where they got employment, package received, and program from which they graduated. Progression data for going for higher education, So data is like number of students going for higher education, program from which they graduated, and program in which they have joined, and name of the institution and name of the program where they got admission. So exam qualifying data, so NET, SLAT, GATE, GMAT, CAT, and civil services state government exams. So number appeared, number passed, this data has to be tracked from the outgoing students by keeping their email IDs and contact numbers by all departments of the institution. So this data can be tracked. What is the latest status of the outgoing learners? Sports and cultural events are important part and parcel of the academics and these extracurricular activities. So number of awards, medals, data. So year, name of the award medal, that what is the event was national, international, and sports event, cultural event, student ID number who got this award, and name of the student. Again, cultural activity details, number of activities performed, organized by the institution, so year and name of the activity. Alumni contribution, alumni chapter, the qualitative aspect is whether the alumni association is registered, and if yes, then what are the contribution, this essay type. So the data is alumni contribution, like name of the alumni association, PAN number, Aadhaar, year of graduation, year of contribution, and quantum of contribution by this association. Alumni meets, number of meets of IQAC with these alumni or with the institution. So details of these meetings and number of alumni attended these meets. Now going to criterion 6, that is administration, governance and leadership. So here the vision, mission, leadership. So question is on as per what is the vision, what is the mission, and what is the leadership of the institution, and what is the strategic development plan of the institution, and how the resources are deployed, what is the deployment plan, what is the organization structure of the institution, the hierarchy of the institution, what is the effectiveness of these committees framed in the institution to run different affairs, and what are the welfare schemes and measures for the staff or the employees of the institution. What is annual performance reports, appraisal by the institution for the gazetted and the non-gazetted staff, then audit, internal and external audit, academic as well as financial audit report, funds generated in the institution and resources mobilization scheme. These are qualitative aspects. Now coming to quantitative data, whether the e-governance system implemented in some planning, development, administration, finance, accounts, that is online system, admission, support, examination, etc. Vendor details and year of implementation of e-governance in these. So teachers incentives, if the teachers go for workshops, conferences, or if they get some membership, whether they are given some incentives or not. So year, name of the teacher, PAN number of the teacher, and the incentives details. Supporting document. Next is professional development program for the faculty, for the teaching and for the non-teaching staff. So report of the same, number of the program organized, year, title of the program, so training program, number of the participants, all details, teaching, non-teaching participants. So professional development programs organized by other institutions and the teachers attending, such as orientation courses, refresher courses, short-term courses, faculty development programs. So last 5-year data for SSR, that is year, number of teachers who attended, what was the title of the program, whether it was orientation, it was refresher, it was some FTP, some other training program, date and duration. Funds received, so funding details for the institution from the non-governmental bodies, from the individual, philanthropic, dispersed during the last 5 years. So name of the agency, year, and the funds received. This is funding data. IQAC initiative, IQAC, this is qualitative aspects of what are the contributions of IQAC, whether the IQAC reviewed the institutional functioning in different sections or not, and post NAC incremental improvements of the college. So these are general aspects, and the data is the IQAC initiatives per year for promoting quality culture. Year, name of the initiative, date of the activity, and duration, number of the participants. Quality assurance system, whether the institution has participated in the NAC, participated in academic and administrative audit, in National Institutional Ranking Framework, ISO certification, NBA, or any other quality audit options. Quality assurances, whether AKV are submitted timely, if yes or no, and other aspects data is yes or no. Now coming to criterion 7, C7, institutional best practices, social responsibilities, gender, safety, security, counseling, girls common room, waste management, solid, liquid, e-waste. So what is the procedure, what is the system for these best practices and for green practices, etc. Data on the same, how this is done. So number of gender programs are organized, title, duration, participants, males, females. And eco-friendly programs, environmental consciousness, sustainability programs, renewable, non-renewable sources of energy, data on this. Alternative energy, requirement of the college, and requirement met by renewable sources. So total requirement and requirement by renewable sources. So LEDs used in the college, requirement, and the percentage of LEDs used, and other sources. Green initiatives, green initiative budget. So green practices are like bike cycling, using public transport, ensuring plastic free campus, and pedestrian friendly practices in the institution, plantation drives, green landscaping, and others. So data on this budget allotted for this and expenditure on these activities every year, as well as on waste management. So for differently disabled, differently abled Divyang Jan, so what are the friendly practices for this, whether differently for the differently abled learners, whether there are physical facilities, whether there is lift system, whether there is ramping in the institution, railing in the institution for their safety, whether the braille software is available for Divyangjans, other facilities, whether there is restroom, if there is some problem, whether there are subscribes or substitutes for the examination, other skill development, and any other facilities relating to differently abled learners. And details are in yes or no if provision are there, yes, if not then no. And photographic proof even. Next is locality specific advantages, disadvantages, uses and diagnosis. So depending upon the location of the institution, what are the advantages, how they are used, what are the disadvantages, how they are addressed. So number wise, detail wise data on this, number of initiatives and details, local community involved, advantages, disadvantages, and number of issues addressed, staff and the students participated. Human values and professional ethics. So code of conduct for these human values, professional ethics for the students, for the teachers, governing body, whether laid, uploaded on the website, stated or not, handbook is there, laid down, practices or status of the same. So core values of the institution, the best practices of the institution laid on website are not. National identities and symbol, whether the institution organizes The activities relating to national identity and symbol, fundamental rights, duties, rights of citizens, and constitutional related activities. So, serial number, title, year, duration, and participants and supporting documents. Professional codes and implementation. So, qualitative aspects are transparency in financial, academic, administrative, auxiliary functioning of the institution, two best practices, one unique practice of the institution. These are qualitative, and quantitative data is the professional code. The quantitative data is the supporting document for professional codes and implementation. Universal and human values, that are national festivals, birth and death anniversaries of great Indian personalities, whether celebrated or not, national festivals celebrated or not. So details are the activities on truth, right conduct, love, non-violence, peace, national values, human values, national integration, communal harmony, social cohesion, etc. and the supporting documents related to these activities. Now, how to manage data? So, data management an easy process can be both online and offline, but for green practices better if we go online, and for digital management of data. Yes, for the backup we have to think for multiple options. Online devices should be kept in mind. Data comes from different section of the institution, so it is a teamwork, and if non-participant any is a drag in the process, and it should be noticed so that there is no leakage of data or mismanagement of data. So strategy of managing data is data comes from departments or faculty, committees, establishment, account section, external agencies, regulatory body, university section, and any common activity. So data starts from notification to participation and then to reporting or documentation of the same. All this data should flow to IQAC, and IQAC should keep this data in hard drives, upload it on website, and even there should be some online depository. There can be some mail where the all faculty, all departments, all section can direct data towards such mail, or even directly for the website convener, so that data can be uploaded. So this is all about how we can manage the data relating to the NAC processing. Thank you. Thanks all.